What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I'm out here on the run, getting things done. And I'm gonna jump right into it. And it's this new Snow White movie. You guys know I don't really cover entertainment much on my channel. I mean, it's not that I don't like entertainment. I do, obviously, because I go to ball games. But the movies is different. It's just not a whole lot of good stuff to see. I think the last really great movie I saw was John Wick 4. I think that was 2023, July 2023, somewhere in that range. There's just not a whole lot of good stuff to see. The entertainment, at least with Hollywood, has been a disaster, and it's because they can't get out of their own way. The stuff that their audience enjoyed, they decided to hire a bunch of activists that say, hey, the stuff you enjoy sucks and you suck if you like it, and instead you should like all of the stuff that we believe you should like these trans storylines and everything being gay, just the very stuff that people don't want. Taking action movies and making women versions of the very type of men that they claim are toxic. I mean, think about that. In modern Hollywood, they are terrible at doing female characters. They basically take the female character and make her a man. They make her this very sarcastic, stoic, badass. I mean, they basically make her a dude. And it's funny because they say that type of guy is toxic. So it's okay for a woman to be that way. It's okay for a woman to be masculine, but not a man. But I digress. You have the Snow White movie that has been extremely divisive. The movie came out, what was that, 1937? I mean, it's pretty old. The main character, Snow White, obviously, her mom named her this because her skin was as white as snow. Okay, whatever. I don't see an issue with that. We have moms that name their kids Mocha or something like that because of their complexion. So I don't really have a problem with that. The real issue is that on top of that, they couldn't just make a movie. They had to, the very main actress, they had to make sure they hired some woke feminist that was just, she's the reason why they're getting their asses kicked the way that they are. She said silly things about the movie, about how it was made in the 30s, and evidently so. She's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's going to be dreaming about being the leader that her father told her she could be. Why even make this a Snow White movie, man? There was the situation with the 7 dwarves. They were replaced by magical people, magical pirates, something, I don't know. That didn't go over very well because people were like, for you to be all about the DEI stuff, for you to be all about diversity, equity, and inclusion, here's an opportunity for you to cast actual dwarves for the roles, because though they're limited opportunities in Hollywood for them, and you opted not to do that. So then they decided to add the dwarves back in because of how badly that went over, but they made them these nightmarish CG versions. So they still didn't use dwarfs for the dwarfs. Add into Rachel Zegler, the star of the movie, and I say star loosely, saying more ridiculous things like, they might cut the guy who plays the prince, they might just cut all his parts out. She was actually afraid of the original Snow White. She watched it the first time the other day after like 16 or 17 years. This is not a very good look. You are playing the title character. This is about as silly as when a week or so ago Anthony Mackie said that America is not one of the things, and I'm paraphrasing, but America is not one of the things that Captain America should stand for. When you're wearing a suit that looks like the flag, this is what he said. It's that equivalent of stuff. And honestly, him saying that hurt the movie. The movie already was gonna do less than what the Chris Evans ones did, because a lot of people aren't feeling the idea of the Falcon. People love the Falcon. They like Sam Wilson as the Falcon, not so much as Captain America. And there's a few different reasons why. Yeah, sure, there's probably some racism mixed in there somewhere, but a lot of people feel like, hey, we liked him as the Falcon, and in doing this, you're making it seem like he really didn't matter until you had him replace a white guy. You know, I'm sure that's not the messaging that they were thinking they were going for, but that ultimately is how it looks. And the optics is kind of what matters when you're dealing with the public. So you have the star of the movie saying, you know, ridiculous stuff, taking shots at the original film, free Palestine stuff when Gal Gadot plays the witch. The two of them had tension and issues. People don't like her because of that. And then after the election, she said that she hopes Trump voters know no peace. I mean, this young lady was doing everything possible to torpedo this movie. She just would not shut up. And it's not like she made a mistake or two, like back to back. No, we're talking about over the last like year and a half, because the movie kept being delayed for reshoots. Now Disney is like 300 to 330 million in the hole for this movie, and people are not buying into it. I watched a video by Ryan Kimmel, and that's what really got me interested in the whole drama of this. He was showing how the different theaters in his area, people really weren't buying tickets. You would get a theater where one person had bought a ticket. You get a theater where maybe like 8 people bought a ticket. I mean, I don't think any of the examples he showed there were more than 12 tickets bought. So imagine having this giant IMAX theater and you're capped out at 12 people. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. I don't know if she's going to reap any sort of repercussions. I mean, maybe nobody will work with her again. I don't know. But Hollywood has a knack for really creating its own problems. They really do. They go above and beyond to hire these activists instead of people that just want to be professional, just want to work, they want to leave behind a legacy. I mean, I know there's a shortage of those type of people now, the Denzels of the world, but they have to do better when it comes to picking people, because she's not the only one of this type. She's just the latest and greatest. And I mean, greatest, I mean by her antics have cost her studio the most. I don't think there's another actress or actor who just couldn't keep their mouth shut, couldn't keep their opinions to themselves. Man, just make your movie. You are getting paid to do something you love. You are getting paid millions of dollars to be an actress. An opportunity that many people would really kill for. And you're messing it up because you just can't just stay in your lane. All that public criticizing voters. I mean, half of the voters roughly went Trump's way. It's just not a good idea to antagonize half of your potential viewing audience. And the leftists who she's appealing to, they're not buying into the movie either. Because if you look at how the sales are going, clearly they're not buying into the movie either. So one side you turn off, and one side they're just not showing up for reasons. And they're fully aware that the movie is on its way to ruin, and they're very aware why it is, and they're still not buying into it. All those people that feel the same way about Trump supporters as her, all those people that feel the same way about Palestine and Ukraine as her, why aren't they buying into the movie? I'm gonna leave it there though. Let me know what you guys think. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.